Well, today's the 8th of November, it's 2023, and I'm just going to bring you a little bit of news from Mallorca. And numbers. August was the busiest month ever in Mallorca. They've shattered all of the records. In fact, on one day in Mallorca, I think it was the 4th of August, there were 1.5 million people here. That puts a great deal of pressure on all the infrastructure, on the water, the sewage, the providing of all the food, and getting people around the island. But we coped. It was busy, but there have been some protests saying that there's just too many people coming to the island in the summer. And that's been a little bit offset by some people who are coming out of season. So we're going to see a little bit more of that. Of those tourists, quite a large percentage, in fact the largest percentage, were British tourists. So Britain's been back on the rise again. It's interesting actually, because prices certainly shot up, and a lot of people have commented to me saying how the prices have gone up, but it doesn't seem to have put the Brits off. And next year, expecting even more. TUI, one of the big tour operators, are expecting a large increase. Jet2 also looking at a large increase. And so next year, 2024, is looking to be a great year. So what is happening? Well, at the moment, all the people involved with the government, people involved with tourism, have been in the UK. They've been in London for the World Travel Market. And there they've been promoting the island and saying all the good things about Majorca, and they are really pushing Majorca in the UK. Perhaps that's not been seen on the TV. Some people have written to me and said they've seen lots of adverts for Turkey and Greece, but they've not seen many for Majorca. Well, maybe it's happening some other way. I really don't know. But Majorca is going to be pushed by those big tour operators, and we expect to see a lot of British tourists next year. They might not be coming all in the summer though, because out-of-season events and out-of-season tourism is being pushed as well. So the number of hotels that are open now, it might seem very few when you look at Palma Nova and Magaluf, but if you look at the rest of the island, about 20% of the hotels are going to be open around Christmas time. So that's quite a lot. It's actually double what they were before the pandemic. So we're going in the right direction. And by February, they reckon that about 44% of the hotels will be open. Again, a big rise. So we're looking at seeing more out-of-season tourism. We're going to see more people coming in those seasons where it's a little bit cooler and people can go for walks more comfortably. So they obviously need to be putting some things on. And one thing that Calvia's come up with is a way of thanking all of those British tourists that come to places like Palma Nova and Magaluf. And they're going to celebrate St. George's Day. I don't know why they're concentrating on the English, because we get a lot of Scottish, we get a lot of Welsh and Irish too. And so, I don't know, they seem to have concentrated on St. George's Day. That's the one that's going to be promoted. For a long time we've been celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's always been done in Santa Ponsa. But now we're going to have St. George's Day, which will be around about the 23rd of April. Whether they'll actually do it on the actual day or not, or whether they'll save it for the nearest weekend. It will coincide with St. George, who's the patron saint of Barcelona, Catalonia. And it coincides also with World Book Day. So that's one of the events they've got planned. They're planning to have English authors who live on the island doing book signings. They're planning to have sports, English sports. Cricket, do you think? I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe croquet. We'll have to see. I think it's all pretty much in the planning stages. They don't have a lot of anything definite yet, other than it'll be St. George's Day, thereabouts. And it's going to be in the Palma Nova sort of Magaluf area. So if you are coming to Majorca, one of the things you might notice, particularly if you're a driver, is that there have been some changes on the ring road around Palma. The speed limit on there is 80 kilometres per hour, and there have always been hold-ups on there. even out of season there's hold-ups. And before the elections, the Partido Popular, which is the Conservative Party, did say that they were going to make some changes, which were going to include changing the speed limit. Well, that hasn't changed yet. It's still 80. We drove along there this afternoon and it was still 80 kilometres. But what has changed is there are some solid lines that have appeared, which means you can't go from the middle lane to the inside lane in some parts of the ring road. And this is to hopefully stop people do so much weaving about that they do here on the motorways. They go from one lane to another because they think they're going to get ahead a little bit quicker. Well, some of those, it's now a solid line, so you can't cross it. So beware of that. I don't know how they're going to enforce it, but I'm guessing cameras could come into this, and there are lots and lots of cameras about now, lots more than there ever have been. The speed limit, they said they're going to change that and it's going to be increased, but nothing seems to have changed so far. But they did say in November, and we're only just at the beginning of November, so they've still got a little bit of time to do that. On the sporting front, you all know perhaps that Anita and I are both Real Mallorca fans, and we're not doing too well. In fact, we haven't won a home match this season. And it got really bad last weekend where we went away, we were playing Betis and we lost. Not only did we lose, but we had a man sent off. We had a goal disallowed. Looking back, many people will say that the goal that was disallowed shouldn't have been disallowed, wasn't offside. But what is more annoying is that the man that was sent off shouldn't have been sent off. He didn't commit the foul. It was the opponent that committed the foul. And it was very clear to see in the photographs, very clear for everybody who was watching it on the TV. But the referee didn't see it, and he sent our player off. And that meant we played from all of the second half with 10 men. There's now been a meeting of the Football Federation, and they've said, yes, the referee made a mistake. We're ever so sorry. We'll rescind the yellow card. That means he didn't get the red card that he would have sent him off. And we'll take no further action, so he will not be suspended. But it doesn't change the fact that Real Mallorca played half of the game with 10 men, and we were actually playing quite well. And maybe we could have salvaged a point out of that game. So really bitter feeling that we've got there. And another piece of news, again, a sporting event here. We have a family on the island who are very much into motor racing. The father does the Paris-Dakar rallies with his daughter, that's Lorenzo Fluccia. And 3 of the other children have all been through go-karting. 2 of the youngest are still in the go-karting. The eldest one, who's also Lorenzo Jr., and he's gone through go-karting and Formula 3, and everyone was expecting him to continue in Formula 3 or even move up a stage from that. But no, he's going to be driving in the Le Mans 24-hour endurance race, and also the French and Asian races as well. So exciting times for Lorenzo there. I mention it because he's a former pupil. What else have we got for you? Well, let's just have a look at the Christmas markets. So we're getting close to Christmas, and the Christmas markets are starting. And the first one is actually, today's the 8th of November. The first one's on the 11th of November. This is at the Calanova. So if you're around Calanova, it's for cancer. We went there last year, and we'll be going there again to help support them. The Es Refugee Christmas market, that's in Palma at the Misericordia, and there they have an entrance fee of €2, but you're helping a charity there, so it's really good. Palma's Christmas market starts on the 24th of November. That coincides with Black Friday. It goes right through to the 6th of January, and it will be located in various parts of Palma, so you'll be able to find places in Plaza Mayor, maybe or maybe not, because of all the work there Sorry, that's in Plaza España, won't be there. Plaza Mayor there will be, in the Ramblas from the Via Roma, and instead of in Plaza España, it's going to be in the park of the stations, Estaciones. So lots of markets there, and the Anglican Church usually has the first one. That's actually not going to be until the 25th of November, but still in November. Doors are opening there at 10 a.m. Sonamar has a wonderful Wonderland Christmas fair, which starts on the 1st of December and goes through until the 22nd of November. That's a €5 entrance. Puerto Portals, theirs starts on the 14th of December and goes through to the 6th of January. And Pueblo Español, which Anita said she wanted to go to this year. We've been to it before, and she's taken the choir there. Pueblo Español have a Christmas market from the 1st to the 17th of December, and that has a €10 entrance fee for adults and €5 for teenagers. Under 9s go free. Does that mean 9-year-olds are teenagers? I don't know. Anyway. So lots of Christmas things going on, and there'll be more, and I'll try and let you know of anything else that's happening in the Christmas market scene. Something I've just seen, which was a bit annoying, because I thought we were going to get a tram at one point. There was going to be a tram or a train that was going to go from Plaza España right through to the airport. That previous government had promised that. We had an election and they cancelled it, or said they were going to spend the money on something else. Well, that all seems to have been completely shelved now, and says there's no money for it at all. There's a boat in Palma, which is one of the biggest sailing yachts in the world, and the lady who owns it's a British, a UK resident, and she's something of an entrepreneur. And she says she works 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. So she's got this magnificent yacht, and she says she won't have time to use it. How sad is that? You work all your life, you work all the days, all the time, and you don't have time to enjoy your toys. Buy them. What for? Anyway, that concludes the weather. Concludes the news. Just the weather to mention. You might notice I've got a jumper on. I felt a little bit cooler today. It's only about 18, 19 degrees. And then tomorrow there might even be a few spots of rain. But by the time the weekend comes, Saturday and Sunday, temperatures supposed to start going up again. And we could be getting temperatures up to about 24 degrees. So a little late summer. And looking forward to that indeed. So thanks very much for watching. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.